Stop. Good morning, everyone. We will be starting in a few minutes. We'll just waiting for a few more people to join Zoom, and then we will start our program. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for waiting. And I guess we are ready to start now. Again, welcome to today's electronic tools tutorial for stakeholders. I am Elaine Recuenco from the Bureau of Trademarks, and in behalf of my team, we are glad to have you here with us online. So today we will teach and discuss you the tools that are used for our online services, namely eTM file, eDoc file, and e-correspondence, and our search databases, namely Global Brands Database, CNTM View, and the Madrid Monitor. We will explore each of these topics in depth and provide plenty of opportunities for you to ask questions and participate throughout the session. This session will be recorded, and the recording will be made available online afterwards in case you want to revisit any part of the tutorial. So before we start, let me just go over some housekeeping rules to ensure that this program runs smoothly. Please keep your microphone muted while a presentation is ongoing. And then we have a designated question and answer segment in the session. So you can use the Zoom chat to ask our team will be monitoring, and we will best address your queries on that particular session. To formally start our program, I would like to call on our Director of Trademarks, Attorney Jesus Antonio Ross, for his opening remarks.
To our valued stakeholders from the business sector, small and medium enterprises, academe, IP practitioners, various office and institutions present today, good morning. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. On behalf of the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, it is my honor to welcome you to this webinar on navigating commonly used electronic tools related to trademarks. This annual event of the Bureau of Trademarks underscores our continuous commitment to support the IPO Phil's 6-point agenda, particularly raising the ante for customer service, building collaborations and partnerships, and ultimately transforming IPOFIL into a fully digitalized agency or institution. It is also our vision to deliver TM in TM or trademarks in 2 months. And we can only achieve this with the cooperation of our stakeholders like you. It starts with trademark search, of course, making sure that what you are filing, what the trademark applications that you are filing are what we call clean, free from any objection, formality, or substantive, and the completely filled out application form following the NIST classification, for example, specifying the goods and services. And these can be done using the available electronic tools, and they are free for everybody's use. The shift to digitalization has been a significant milestone for the BOT as it enabled the streamlining of trademark application processes and faster turnaround time from filing to registration. In fact, we have the fastest turnaround time in processing trademark applications from filing to registration for those without objection or opposition. It currently stands at 3.5 months. The rest of our neighboring countries in ASEAN have either 6 months or beyond, and the rest of the world can hardly catch up with IPOFIL. In fact, the transition has been so efficient that it has also resulted in a remarkable increase in trademark filings, which translates to more MSMEs having their brands protected, not only locally, but also abroad through the Madrid system. As the Trademark Regulation Series of 2023 took effect on Valentine's Day this year, institutionalizing the shift to fully automated and paperless transactions, this webinar is rather timely to reintroduce the various electronic tools that the office is currently using. Our colleagues will walk you through the various platforms and procedures that are available as we strive to continuously improve our online systems. We will guide you in accessing these eTools to make your trademark registration experience more convenient and efficient. Our team will make sure that at the end of this webinar, you will be able to navigate the ETM file and the eDoc file systems, the trademark databases that will help you track the status of your applications easily, as well as provide some tips and the tools to check whether your trademarks are registrable. Furthermore, we acknowledge that there are still some rooms for improvement in our transition to digitalization, and I hope that we will be able to encourage fruitful discussion and hear your feedback on this aspect. As we remain committed to improving our systems and our service to the public, I enjoin everyone to proactively take part in the discussion and seize this opportunity to ask questions, seek clarifications, and seek guidance from our team. Remember, yesterday, we submitted for public consultation the rules and regulations on the recognition of trademark representatives, trademark agents, and trademark attorneys. eTools tutorials like this, training like this, will be very beneficial towards your recognition as trademark representatives, lawyers or non-lawyers. So you really have to pay attention to my colleagues, because who knows, a lot of questions in the trademark agent or trademark attorney recognition will come from this training today. Once again, good morning, everyone. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you so much, Sir Dasan, for that wonderful opening remarks. And just like what he said, we have prepared for you to learn a lot on this tutorial. And I hope that this will be a very engaging one. So before we start our presentations, may I ask everyone to open their cameras so that we can take a picture. And then I have 6 slides. So I'll be the one taking it. So just give a smile, your best smile. So slide number 1, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Thank you. Slide number 2, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Slide number next slide, please. 1, 2, 3. Smile. I just have to repeat the 5th slide, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Smile. And for the last one, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much. Now, for our first part of the presentation, we'll be discussing our online filing tools available on ipofil.gov.ph. May I call on Ms. Kathleen Joyce Ramos for her presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Elaine. Good morning, everyone. Let me just share my screen. Is my presentation visible?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Kathleen Ramos, a trademark examiner. So I will discuss ETM, ETM file, EDOC file, and e-correspondence. So as said earlier, as introduced by our director, this is an annual event. So for sure, marami na po sa atin ang naka-encounter ng ETM, EDOC, at saka ng e-core or familiar dito sa tatlong to. So let me start by presenting about the ETM file. So ETM file is the online filing of new trademark applications. So lahat ng trademark applications are being filed online na, hindi na po pwede sa over the counter or direct through the office. So first, we need things to prepare. Number 1, formal and clear representation of the mark to be registered. So dapat po JPEG format po ang ating logo or ang ating mark. Next, pertinent documents to be attached, if any. Itong mga documents po natin, tandaan po natin, dapat naka-PDF format naman. So that includes request for priority examination, declaration of actual use that take note, dapat notarized, and also you may include the power of attorney. Also, please include na rin or prepare prior yung list of goods and services to be covered. Okay, so let's start by introducing the ETM file. First, you need to go to our website, ipofil.gov.ph, and then go to the services and then click e-services. Then here you would see ETM file and eDoc file for trademarks. For this discussion, you need to click the ETM file trademark in order to proceed for the filing of your application. So this will be the next screen. Then scroll down sa pinakababa po, makikita po natin yung button na kailangan nating i-click in order to proceed. So proceed to ETM file. And then the next window will show you how to apply for a trademark. Here, makikita po natin na meron dito sa upper right hand, meron makikita na fee. So since bago pa lang, 0 pa lang siya, and then makikita po natin dito yung import application XML and export application SML. Magagamit po natin to kapag hindi pa po natin ipo-proceed yung application natin. Pwede nating i-save muna yung ating application. Okay, let's proceed na po with first, you need to set the language, and in English lang naman po yung option doon. And then here, there are different types of mark na pwede niyong pagpilian. So, meron tayong word mark, figurative with words mark, 3D mark, and also stamp or mark container of good. So, let me explain isa-isa itong different types of mark na to. Okay, for word mark is represented using words, letters, numbers, or any characters that can be typed. So lahat po ng nakikita niyo sa keypad niyo na pwedeng i-type, including the symbols, yun po yung ipapasok natin for word mark. For example, ito ang i-apply natin is summer optical. So makikita niyo dito all characters are in capital letters. Tandaan po natin kapag ito po yung pinili nating word mark, pupunta po siya sa system namin as all capital letters. Next would be the figurative mark. So a figurative mark is represented using pictures, graphics, or images. So for example, I have examples here, A and B. If you want pure foreign characters, please choose figurative mark. Also in letter B, since this is the logo of the mark being applied, please also choose figurative mark. Meron po kasing instances na ang ginagawa is tinatry etong purely foreign characters ay tinatry na ipasok dito sa figurative with words mark. So for figurative with words mark, as said, pinagsamang figurative and then word. So for my example, we have this one. So logo na siya with the terms summer optical. Also, pwede rin po yung ganito, summer, ito yung word mark. And then since yung foreign characters natin is taken as figurative, kaya dito nyo po ipapasok yung figurative with words mark. As said earlier, itong word mark naman, all capital letters siya. So if you want yung representation of the mark nyo is with small letters, so capital and then small letters, prepare a reproduction of the mark in JPEG. Then ito yung i-attach nyo sa figurative with words mark. And then we have 3D marks, 3-dimensional mark, and then if your mark is a stamp or mark container of goods, ito naman pong isa yung pipiliin natin. Balik po tayo. Okay, so isa-isahin natin kung anong itsura if you choose word mark. So here, i-input natin yung summer capital. And then, ang sunod nun is we have disclaimer. So, these are all unregisterable matters na it's either descriptive or generic. Pwede nyo na pong i-include. So in our in our example, it would be, optical. So it will be optical. And also, if since this is a word mark, walang foreign characters, just put none. And then proceed to the next. While in figurative mark, as explained earlier, kung anong examples ng figurative mark, iba naman din po yung makikita. Here, may attachment na kailangan pong i-add dito sa ating system. So, as said here in the instruction, the mark must not exceed 8 cm by 8 cm, and the colors being claimed must be shown. So, as an example, I will just add a figurative mark. So maglo-loading siya, and then your logo will be shown here. So for the description of the mark, optional siya, but this would be beneficial for the examiners para ma-examine maigi yung mark nyo. So as an example, I just typed in here, the mark is represented by a sun with shades. Tapos sinama ko na rin dito yung colors being claimed. So I put orange, yellow, black, and white. And then again, for the disclaimer, it's ilagay nyo na rin po. Pero since yung example natin is wala namang word mark, so hindi na po natin ilalagay. We will just put none here. And then, merong option dito na check if your trademark contain any color. Ito po, tandaan po natin na kailangan po nating i-select itong if you really want to apply your mark as a mark in color, kailangan i-check po natin ito kasi hindi importante to kapag magbabay for the payment. I'm so sorry. Nawala sa screen, right? Sorry, there are. I said, kailangan, dun po sa bagong trademark rules natin, okay, bumalik na po ba?
Yes, Kat. Okay.
Yes.
Kailangan na yung filing fee, color claim fee, and also the first publication fee paid na po. Ang mangyayari kapag hindi niyo po chinek to and then hindi niyo po nilagay yung colors being claimed, ang gagawin na ni examiner is automatically your mark will be in black and white. So kung gusto niyo po talagang i-claim yung colors na orange, like orange, yellow, black, and white, kailangan pong i-tick natin yung check dito and also bayaran yung color claim fee. So yan, as an example, tinype in lang natin yung colors being claimed. Okay, and then next, the figurative with words mark. Ito rin po pala yung example for foreign characters kasi taken siya as considered siya as figurative mark. Since dito sa part na to, walang makikitang transliteration or translation, please pakilagay na po dito sa description of the mark yung translation or transliteration para hindi na po hihingin ni examiner sa inyo, maaaring hindi na po mag-issue ng registrability report si examiner sa inyo. So, as an example, I put in the mark consists of foreign characters, Natsu, Summer, and Kogaku Shiki Optical. So, with the disclaimer na yung Kogaku Shiki and its translation na optical. So, since black and white naman po siya, you don't have to tick the box, the box here. So, and then put in the check mark. And then next, figurative with word mark, with words mark. So as an example, summer optical with the sun and with the sun with shades. And then I will just put as title of the mark yung summer optical. Summer optical. Eto importante po natin na ilagay yung summer yung as title of the mark yung summer optical kasi gusto natin na ma-search ng examiner lahat ng words or terms na merong summer optical. So as said earlier, just put in the description and then also the disclaimer. And then again, check if your trademark contain any color and then put in your the colors being plain. And then we will just click next here. So it will lead you to goods and services. Unfortunately, now the search function is not working. So kailangan mano-mano po nating ilagay yung list of goods and services natin. That's why earlier I told you to prepare prior yung covered list of covered goods and services natin. So meron namang nakalagay dito na reference para ma-check kung anong class magpo-fall yung goods and services natin. So as an example, pupunta siya sa i-key in niya lang tong website na to para ma-check. And then click yung I want to provide my list. So here, kung hindi pa po natin alam kung anong goods or services yung magpo-fall yung, let's say ito yung goods natin is for sunglasses. Hindi natin alam kung saan magpo-fall. You can check yung reference na binigay ni website. Sorry. Oops, sorry. So pupunta tayo dun sa ayan. As an example din dito, no, merong class 2 colorants and then merong semicolon. The semicolon is being used para ma-separate yung goods and services natin. So ito yung reference na binigay ni website para ma-check natin kung saan classes magpo-fall yung goods and services natin. So let's say sunglass. Pwede nating ipindutin yung search and then key in yung sunglass and then search. Ang sabi dito, si sunglass ay magpo-fall under class 9. So, para ma-check, ito, sunglasses really fall under class 9. So, balik tayo dun sa ating ETM file. I-click lang natin yung class 9 and then just put in yung term na sunglasses. And then, if meron pa po tayong other goods or services like eyeglasses, kasi optical nga po yung ating mark, pwede na nating ilagay. So let's say ito, sunglasses, spectacle cases, ganyan. And take note that these goods are being separated by a semicolon. So don't forget to click yung save and provide more terms before clicking yung term na done para hindi mawala yung goods and services na yung list natin. And then since hindi pa nga okay yung search function natin, lahat ng goods and services na in-include natin dito ang nakalagay is validation not possible. So it's up to the examiner kung paano niya i-check. It's up to the examiner para i-check kung yung in-input nating goods and services will really fall under, let's say, class 9. And then click next, then it will proceed to priorities. Dito makikita natin yung similarity report. So meron ng nagiging nagko-conduct na ng parang similarity report yung system natin. Pero in this case, yung Summer Optical, sabi niya, there no similar marks found. So for priority claim, ito naman po yung kung meron kayong registration sa ibang bansa that you want to claim yung filing date nila doon, and then apply here. And then, okay. If wala, just click no and then proceed dun sa next natin. Dun sa details naman ni applicants and then ni representative. So for applicant, meron choice dyan if business or individual or sole proprietor. We just need to key in lahat ng details na nandito. For this one, please include na rin itong state or province. Kahit hindi po siya required, hindi po siya naka-asterisk, please, kung nga, if in this case it is Taguig City, please input na po yung Metro Manila. This is to help the examiner kasi ang magiging lagay po nito sa database system po natin, ang nakalagay is not specified. So kapag nag-issue ng office actions ang IPO, ang nakalagay po doon is Taguig City, not specified, Philippines. So for clarity, just key in na rin po yung state or province kung nasa Philippines naman po. And then also important po yung email. So dapat valid po yung email natin and functional. Kasi lahat po ng office actions natin ay mapupunta dito sa email na in-input nyo. And then don't forget to click add here. And then for the representative, pwede po tayo mag-input ng representative. So if meron po kayong nilagay na representative, lahat ng office actions hindi mapupunta dun sa email ad ni applicant. Mapupunta po yun sa representative, sa email ad na ilalagay nyo for representative. So dun sa details ni representative, ganun din naman po yung makikita natin. I-input nyo lang po yung name and then yung address and then the email para doon po isa-send. In this example, wala naman po tayong representative. Si Juan Luna pa rin po yung applicant natin. So we can now proceed to the next. So for the last part of the ETM file, yung confirm and sign. So for the confirmation, lalabas dito all the details that we've inputted dito sa ating ETM kanina. So just check, you can still modify naman po. And then makikita natin dito sa babang part is merong iba't ibang nakalagay. Kung makikita nyo rin po dito sa fee, dito sa upper right portion, merong fee. And then please take note that this fee is automatically computed based sa big entity. So importante na kapag small entity po kayo, 100 million or below yung assets nyo, tick or check this box, declaration of small entity. Kasi kapag nag-proceed na to, eto na po talaga yung babayaran nyo, yung automatic na big entity, and we don't want to waste any money. So kung small entity naman po talaga kayo, please check the small entity box here, the declaration of, and then kanina kung nakita nyo 3,000, since chinek nyo po ito, makikita nyo na po dito na nag-reduce na yung fee natin. So ganun ka-importante itong part ng declaration of small entity. And then just to explain yung other parts, so ganito yung makikita siya. Meron siyang priority examination. Yung priority examination, hindi porket chinek po natin and then may inad tayong file in PDF. Ipa-prioritize na ni examiner yung mark nyo. Dapat po mag-fall under sa trademark regulations natin yung priority examination. Let's say one of the one of the uh, uh, rules stated here there is na-remove po kayo. So pwede po kayong maglagay ng attachment doon ng request for priority examination. And then ito, may corresponding fee din to. For the declaration of actual use, yung third dao po natin, pwede na rin po nating isama. Again, dapat notarize po yung dao natin. And also, please attach that declaration of actual use in PDF format. And then lastly, pwede na rin po tayong mag-attach ng special power of attorney. Again, pag in-attach po natin in PDF format. So balik po tayo. Ayan. So kung makikita nyo rin po pala dito, yung fee, no? May kasamang filing fee, pati yung caller claim fee. Automatic na nasama yung caller claim fee kasi tinik na natin kanina yung caller claim fee. So yun yung magiging importance nung pag-check natin sa kaninang part na caller claim fee. And then meron din sa last part, yung youth filer, kung applicable sa inyo yung itong youth filer, pwede nyo rin pong i-check ito. So lastly, yung payer or payment details. Here, ilagay po natin hindi not necessarily na kung sino yung applicant, yun yung ilagay natin dito. Ang importante dito, kung sino yung kanino natin i-address yung EOR natin, yung official receipt natin. Yun yung ilalagay natin as full name. And then we click submit para mag-proceed yung application natin. So this will be the last part ng ating ETM. So makikita nyo dito, merong download application form. Here makikita nyo yung acknowledgement. Like so. So ganito yung makikita nyo pag dinownload nyo yung application form doon. However, hindi ibig sabihin na dinownload nyo to, tapos na. Dapat, i-click nyo yung button na Generate Statement of Account. So, makikita nyo dito sa Generate Statement of Account, yung kung paano natin babayaran yung lahat ng fee, filing fee, caller claim fee. So, pwede through debit or credit card. Merong mga options provided there. Like so. Ito. So, pwedeng credit card, pay wallet, Paymaya Pay Wallet, and also Dragon Pay. Tapos, sa Dragon Pay, meron tayong mga payment partners katulad nito. So, please take note na yung payment doon, yung computed natin doesn't include yung transaction fee ng, let's say, ng Dragon Pay. So, hiwalay pa po siya dun sa initial computation. So, here, kung I selected through GCash, so pwede siyang merong service fee. Pag makikita nyo naman po dun sa email, pag pumunta po kayo sa email nyo na in-input nyo, makikita nyo po dun yung statement of account. So, doon yung makikita yung breakdown ng mga babayaran nyo. Let's say yung filing fee, 1,2, yung caller claim fee, 280, and then makikita nyo na rin dito yung publication, first publication fee, yung 900. So, ito yung magiging total na babayaran nyo. Kasi, ang kinaibahan nga lang kanina doon, kung mapapansin nyo, hindi naka-reflect agad yung allowance, yung first publication fee. Pero dito po, yung pinaka-statement of account natin will include itong 900 pesos natin, yung due to the new trademark rules natin. So, ayun. So, okay. So, yun yung pagkabayad nyo, doon na papasok sa system namin yung application form. Okay. So, things to remember, no? Yung reproduction of the mark, yung image dapat in JPEG format, and then yung documents natin, all documents should be in PDF format. For the declaration of actual use, please attach notarize the U in PDF format also. And then please remember na the system will not validate the correctness of the submitted document. So as long as tama yung format, tamang PDF, tamang JPEG, i-accept yun ng system namin. Hindi natin. So hindi i-check ng system kung tama ba tama ba in-attach yung logo or baka naulit kasi tayong mismong aplikante na yung nag-a-attach. Also, newly filed TM application will be reflected in our system upon completion of the requirements, and also no refund for erroneous payment made by the applicant. So there are instances no na mali yung na-attach ni applicant. Ngayon, since mali yung na-attach ni applicant, magre-request siya ngayon ng request for correction without payment. Matatagalan po yung application natin since i-examine pa po ni examiner yung request for correction nyo. So, sayang po yung oras. And then there are also email addresses na we need to remember pag meron tayong issues. So for payment issues, for eDoc, for ETM, and formal read queries. So next would be the eDoc file. So this is the online submission of subsequent TM documents. So kapag meron ng in-issue yung office, let's say, and then you need to respond, dito natin ipa-file lahat ng documents na kailangan nating i-file para mag-proceed yung application natin. So things to prepare or do, as said earlier, dapat lahat ng request natin, lahat ng documents natin is in PDF format. Also, prepare na rin agad yung list of application or registration numbers natin. And then check first the current status of the application. Kasi kung nga abandoned with finality na pala si application nyo, and then nag-file pa kayo kung nga ng publication fee, sayang naman po yung pera natin kasi no refund po tayo since kayo po yung nagkamali. So in order to proceed, no? So kanina, pumunta tayo dito sa services. Pero may mas madaling way, just click etong button dito, yung e-services. Meron din dyan, makikita nyo yung, pwede nyo rin pong i-file yung ETM dyan, para lang, pag hindi nyo nahanap dito sa services dito. So here, makikita nyo, pwede na kayo mag-conduct ng trademark search. Also, yung ETM file, pwede nyo rin makita dito. And then sa baba, makikita nyo yung eDoc file naman. And then just click the file. Tapos makikita nyo po dito, sa first is request type. Meron divide yan, request group and then request type. Sa request group, pag hindi nyo pa po alam yung request nyo, yung type of request, pwede nyo naman pong i-input lang yung all. And then sa request type, meron po dyan parang magnifying glass na pwede nyo i-search. So for this example, ang ilalagay natin kung wari, nag-issue si examiner ng, oops, yung isang goods nyo nagpo-fall sa other class, let's say sa class 35, ganyan. So kailangan nyo mag-pay ng additional class. So ang gagawin po natin, i-click natin yung responses kasi kailangan natin mag-respond sa registrability report. And then for the request type, ito yung sinasabi kong pwede nyo nang i-search dito kung ano po yung gusto nyong ilagay na request, i-input yung document. For that issue, yung certain issue na yun na hinihingi ni examiner additional class, i-click po natin yung response to examination action with payment for additional class. So, magpo-proceed tayo nun sa affected trademarks. Sa affected trademarks, dito na natin ilalagay kung ano yung application natin. Ito, very vital to kasi kapag nagkamali kayo ng input dito, mapupunta siya sa workflow ng other application. So, hindi naman natin gusto yon, no? Kasi may possibility na ma-abandon yung application natin pag nagkamali tayo ng pag-input ng application. So, let's say ang mark natin is summer, yung summer kung let's say summer lang. pwede nyo input words in name. Kaso kapag in-input natin yung words in name na summer lang, lahat ng application na merong summer na word lalabas. So sabi doon, more than 100 trademarks daw. So ang gagawin natin para hindi masyadong nakakalito, input na natin yung application number natin. Let's say ito in-input natin. So common mistake to ng applicant na pag nilagay yung number diyan, sige, sample po natin to, no? Walang lalabas. Walang lalabas kasi mali yung pag-input natin ng number. Dapat pag nag-input, okay, let's say i-dash na naman natin. I-search natin, wala pa rin pong lalabas. So ang damang pag-input dyan is to remove the zeros. So pag ni-remove natin, lalabas na kung wari, ito si Summer X yung ating application. Lalabas na siya. Also, kahit gawin nyo po yung slash, lalabas pa rin po siya. As long as wala na yung 00 doon sa nauna. Diretso na po tayo dun sa pag-input ng mark natin. Kahit tanggalin po natin si yung for 2019, let's say, lalabas na siya. Let's try naman po yung walang summer, yung diretso na po sa application number. Lalabas naman po dyan lahat ng application with 504636. Kaya anong year pa po yan? So hanapin nyo na lang po doon kung ano yung application nyo po. So, ayan po. Kapag napili po na po natin, just click yung magnifying glass doon sa left side. And then magre-reflect na po dito sa affected files yung ating application. And then, sabi nga natin, meron tayong, ang sabi ng examiner, magbayad kayo ng additional class, pwede nyo po itong ibahin. So, sabi, kung let's say, 2 additional classes yung pinapadagdag ni examiner, you can key in 2. And then, don't forget to type to click enter. Dapat laging i-click po natin yung enter para mag-proceed. Pero in this case, let's say 1 additional class lang yung pinapalagay ni examiner, ilagay lang po natin 1 doon. And then for the attachment, syempre kailangan natin ng response to the registrability report. Again, yung document po natin kailangan in PDF format. So here, merong makikita nyo, pwedeng request letter and then yung power of attorney. So pwede na natin siyang pagsabayin. Let's say, una muna is yung request letter, yung response to registrability report natin. I-input, i-upload lang natin, again, in PDF format. And then pwede natin isunod yung power of attorney na natin. So, yan. I-click nyo lang po again yung add attachment and then yung power of attorney, then choose file. Again, in PDF format. And then for the declaration, ito, as explained earlier, kailangan i-click nyo yung declaration of small entity kasi naka-automatic na big entity po tayo. So pag click natin siya, yung computation natin magiging for small entity. And so magpo-proceed tayo sa confirmation. So for the confirmation, makikita nyo dito, draft receipt. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa po tapos dyan yung pag-file natin ng response, yung pag-file natin ng response to registrability report. Kasi draft pa nga lang. So wag po tayong ma-excite, no? Kapag nakita natin yung acknowledgement. Hindi ibig sabihin yan, napapasok na po sa system namin yung inyong pinile nyo sa eDoc file. So dito sa baba, makikita nyo rin po yung fees na dapat yung bayaran. Since additional class and then one lang, isang class lang yung babayaran, ang corresponding fee niya is 1.2. So for the signature, just click yung manual signature. Meron dyan makikita kayo e-signature. As of now, hindi pa siya ganun ka-functional. So just click yung manual signature and then type in yung name of the signatory and then yung, syempre, yung functional or yung active nating email address. Ayan. And then just click yung confirm. So dito makikita natin again, merong download file. So yung kung ano yung nakita natin kanina, yun din yun, plus yung inattach nating sagot. So ganito siya yung magiging itsura niya, yung acknowledgement. And then meron dito, kung ano yung inattach nyo. Let's say ito yung response, sample lang to, no? Ito, response to registrability report, tapos nag-attach din tayo ng power of attorney. So ganyan yung magiging, kung ano inattach natin, yun yung lalabas. And then click yung payment gateway kasi nga, kailangan natin ng bayad. Pinapagbayad tayo ng examiner. So, click nyo lang po yung payment gateway and then yung kung ano yung nakita nyo po kanina sa ETM file, ganun din po yung ano natin, we can pay through Dragon Pay or through credit card. So, yan. So, pag tinignan nyo po yung email nyo again, nandun ulit po yung breakdown ng ating babayaran. So, okay. So, wait lang po. So again, things to remember, no? All documents must be in PDF. The system will not validate the correctness of the submitted document. And then for the declaration of actual use, notarized dapat. And for the payment, kung clear na sa examination, no? So for the payment of issuance of certificate, yung second publication fee, pwede nyo na pong i-attach na lang kahit yung notice of issuance na issued by IPOFIL. Also, double check yung part ng affected trademark, no? Kasi as said earlier, pag nagkamali, sa ibang workflow pupunta yung document nyo and we don't want that. Also, no refund, as said unfortunately, dun sa part ng payment for the deficit, no, kailangan pumunta po tayo sa office. Wala pa po siya sa eDoc. So again, email addresses to remember. So ipa-flash ko na lang po dito yung email addresses. And then here, yung mga iba't ibang office action and request types. Pag in-explore nyo yung eDoc, sobrang daming types of requests and office action. So hindi ko na po isa-isahin, no? Ito lang po siya. Mag-sample lang po ako, let's say, ng isa. Kung ang in-issue is, in-issue ni examiner sa registrability report is issue on translation, the identification of color. Yun nga po pala, no? Sa color, please include lang yung ordinary name of the color. Do not put parang do not put po sana yung mga color codes, yung mga Pantone. Kasi mag-i-issue pa po sa examiner nun ng parang hihingin yung ordinary name of the color. If you really want naman, pwede nyo pong ilagay kung blue, tapos lagay nyo po yung color codes. Pero dapat po nandun pa rin po yung pinaka-color, yung ordinary name of the colors to be claimed. So kung yan, nag-issue si office ng office action sa examiner, pwede nyong ilagay sa request type, response to examination action without payment kasi wala naman pong hinihingi sa examiner na payment. So, and yung slides naman po will be given naman po or sa inyo upon accomplishing yung ating attendance sheet at saka yung feedback form natin. So for e-core, lastly, yung e-core, lahat ng office actions natin is napupunta na sa email address na in-input ni applicant. So very vital na active yung active yung ating email address na nilagay. So reminders lang, ilang reminders. So all applicants, filers, owners of email addresses registered to eCore should monitor responses kasi doon talaga lahat pumapasok. Wala na po tayong hard copy, no? Kaya kung pag sinabi, wala po kaming natanggap, hindi na po natin ina-accept yung reason na ganun kasi nga po lahat ng office actions natin ay napupunta na sa registered email na nilagay natin. And then, so hindi naman po na monitor ni IPO ng opisina if na-open ba or na-download yung email nyo. So, it is the responsibility na po ng applicants na i-check and then sagutin yung lahat ng office actions na inisyu ng office. And then, so yeah, I fulfill, just make sure na yung email address is correct and currently active. So that would be all for the eCore, ETM, and eDoc file. Let's proceed po to the next speaker. If my questions, later na lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kat, for your presentation on the filing tools, ETM file, eDoc file, and correspondence. I know it's a lot to take in, but for your questions po, just type it in the chat box, and we'll be discussing it later on the question and answer segment. Now we move on to our next presenter, Mr. Vincent Denver Canicula, for Global Brands Database and CNTM View discussion.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Vincent Denver Canicula. I'm a trademark examiner. So for today, di-discuss ko naman sa inyo how to do a search via the Global Brand Database and the ASEAN TM View. Now, why is it very important? We do encourage our filers, syempre, to conduct an initial search muna before they file their trademark application. Syempre, for them to have an idea if kung meron bang kapareho or may conflict ba with other marks, or kung pwede na ba nilang i-file yun straight kung walang kapareho. So, napaka-beneficial niya sa mga applicants. And at the same time, post-filing, so itong trademark search database natin ito is magagamit din ng applicants for them to monitor and track their application, most specifically for the status. So, mag-start po muna tayo for the Global Brand Database. I will share my screen now. Can you see my slide?
Yes po.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, for the Global Brand Database. So what is a Global Brand Database, or the GBD? It is a collection of trademark data from participating national, regional offices, as well as the Madrid system. So the system is capable of doing trademark search via different filtering options. Take note of this. And also, GBD is equipped with an AI-powered image recognition system for logos, devices, or any figurative elements. So papakita po natin sa inyo mamaya on how you will conduct trademark search for this kind of marks, especially may mga figurative elements. So the Global Brand Database coverage is, we have a total number of records of 633,058. Then coverage siya from January 1, 1900. And then last updated siya September 6, 2023. Now, for the frequency of update ng records natin sa Global Brand Database, mostly it is updated a week or two. So ang reason po niyan is the host of the Global Brand Database is WIPO. So nagsesend lang po tayo sa kanila ng data. This is the user interface. Bago na po siya ngayon, this is the updated version of the Global Brand Database. Yung iba po sa inyo, yung familiar dun sa lumang Global Brand Database, hindi po ganito yung itsura niya. So ngayon, mas simplified na siya. So ano po ang mapapansin natin dito? Here, we have the options, different search options. We have the data coverage, kung ano po yung jurisdiction. And then also the total number of records covered. Now, we go to the user guide. Capable ang GBD for the quick search. So, ganito po ang itsura niya. So, we have here different tabs. We have here the brand name, the owner, number, and combined. So for the brand name, we have here the search text field. Ikikiin nyo lang po dito kung ano yung gusto nyo pong i-search na mark. So this is capable also of conducting a wildcard entries or yung ating asterisk. Take note lang po na for each field, dalawang wildcard entries lang po ang pwede nating i-enter sa kanya. So in our example, pwede po nating i-type dyan Jollibee, straight lang po, or we can replace na rin po yung mga vowels if you like with wildcard entries. So for the owner, the same lang naman din siya. It's a simple search field. So ikikiin nyo lang din po kung ano po yung owner name. So for the number, ito po yung magkikiin na tayo ng application number or registration number. For the format, ikikiin lang natin siya straight. For our example, for 2019, 509212, tatanggalin na po natin yung mga zeros kasi yung common na series ng application for our mark, may zero yan usually after the year. So, ang makikita nyo dyan usually 4019-000509212, tatanggalin na po natin yung mga zeros na yun. Diretso na po kagad tayo. And then for the combined, same lang din naman po siya. Search field. Pero dito po kasi, pwede po tayong mag-key in ng number and text. So for the brand name, pag kiniin na po natin siya, may lalabas pong page, ganito po itsura niya. And then meron po tayong mga search strategies dito. We have embedded, fuzzy, phonetic, and stemming. So i-click na lang po natin dyan kung ano po yung ating search strategy for that brand. Also, we can also put the owner name if you want. So hindi rin naman po siya mandatory. We can also filter it by putting the niche classification. In our example, i-in lang natin dito yung niche class 30, and then automatic na pong magpa-pop up yung system natin. Ibibigay niya po kung ano po ba yung sakop ng class na yon. In our example, for class 30, nandito po yung mga coffee, tea, cocoa, sugar. So, yun po. If you're not familiar naman po with the niche class, capable din naman po si system na mag-filter via goods and services na kayo po ang maglalagay. So we have here a separate search field for that. And then pag nalagay nyo na po lahat, na-supply nyo na po lahat ng filtering options, you can click po yung search. Now, by brand logo, ito na po yung isa sa unique feature ng Global Brands Database because it is an AI-powered search tool. Kung magkakandak po tayo ng logo search, click lang po natin yung by brand logo and then i-drag and drop lang po natin yung image. Or we can browse naman po to a specified folder. Kaya mas maganda po kung magsa-search tayo ng logos or images, meron na po tayong nakasave na version yan sa ating computer. So for example, kung ito po yung isa-search natin na logo, i-drop lang po natin siya dito sa space na ito. Then also, kung alam nyo rin po yung Vienna classification ng image, although this is very technical, dun po sa mga ibang familiar with the Vienna codes, you can also put it in here. So, ganito po yung format niya. Ilalagay nyo lang po yung code and then the system will automatically show you kung ano yung description ng Vienna code na iyon. So yan po. After na na-capture na ng system yung ating logo, meron po tayo ditong different search strategies. We have for conceptual similarity, the shape similarity, the color similarity, and the composite similarity. So the same din po yung other filtering options. You can key in the owner name, the niche class, or the specific goods and services. And then we click po yung search. Now, yung dito po sa ating refined search by, yung conceptual similarity po for the logos, ang hahanapin niya lang po is yung, for conceptual similarity, yung brands lang with an abstract concept. For the shape similarity, ang titingnan lang ni system is yung shape per se. So hindi niya na po titingnan kung ano po yung color combination nun. And doon naman po sa color similarity, baliktad naman. Ang titingnan niya is yung color combination yung mark ninyo, pero yung shape, i-disregard niya na. And then for the composite similarity, pag kaya naman po yung ating pinili, mix po siya. So, i-determine po ng system yung shape and color ng ating logo. Ganito po ang magiging itsura ng search result ng ating logo search. So, bibigay niya po yan. You can always change the layout po, no? Yung type pong ito parang naka-gallery siya. So here, pag hinover nyo po yung inyong cursor to any different logos dyan, for example, this one, automatic may magpa-pop up po dyan, ibibigay niya yung simple details or description ng logong yon. So, ibibigay niya yung title, who's the applicant or the registrant, kung kailan siya na-register, and then also kung saang jurisdiction nang galing yung data na yon. By goods and services naman po, no? So pwede rin po tayong mag-search by goods and services. We have a simple field here. I-key in lang po natin kung ano yung specific na goods and services niya. For example, services for providing food and drink. Yan po yung isa-search niya. And then we can also the match exact expression. Naputol natin yung connection? Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, pwede rin po tayong mag-filter dito kung ilang months or yung tagal ng mga gusto nating records na makuha. And then we click search po. Now, for the advanced search, yung user interface for the advanced search, may makikita po tayong different na fields dito, no? So here, we have yung searching for field. Ito po yung magiging summary ng lahat ng filtering options na gagamitin natin. And then we have here yung field na may brand name, contains the word. You can add rows with that. So ito po yung kinaganda netong advanced search kasi highly customizable po lahat ng filtering options natin dito. And also for the advanced search, pwede rin po kayong mag-conduct dito ng logo search. So sabay-sabay po siya dito sa sa advanced search option na ito. So mas mas targeted yung dating ng ating trademark search dito. For add rows, kung mapapansin nyo, when you click yung add rows, nadadagdagan po yung ating rows dito and then makustomize nyo po siya. So here, you can put the brand name. Dito po ilagay natin yung owner and then dito yung niche classification. So add lang po tayo ng add ng rows depende sa kung anong gusto nating filter sa kanya. So ano-ano po yung mga laman yan, pwede natin siyang i-filter by brand name, sa goods and services, owner and representative, under miscellaneous, feature, status, type, and then sa classification din po for Vienna and Nice. What else? Ma-filter din natin siya by country, by dates, and then by number. So yan po yung kinaganda po nito. So highly flexible po ang filtering system dito sa advanced search option. Now, for the search result, usually by default, nakalist ang itsura sa global brand database. Although, you can always change the layout. Sa layout, meron po tayong tatlo, the list, ito po yung nasa screen natin, the grid, and the gallery. So, makikita nyo po mamaya kung ano pong itsura ng mga yan. We can also sort yung result. Pwede pong yung most relevant first, and then least relevant. So, depende na po yan sa inyo, sa options na pipiliin ninyo. And then the results per page. Pwedeng 30 results per page lang, up to 120 results. Yun po yung maximum natin. And what's more, pwede po nating i-download yung ating mga search results via PDF or Excel if you want to keep a record of your trademark search. Now, ito po yung grid natin. This is the grid search result view. Makikita nyo po dyan, may mga simple tayo na details for the mark, including kung meron siyang representation. So, nakalagay na rin po yan dyan. And then, ito po yung gallery naman. Ganito yung itsura niya. So, ang makikita nyo lang talaga is yung mismong representation of the mark. So, pag, for example, mag-click po tayo dyan ng mark. Halimbawa, ito yung i-click natin, pipiliin natin. So, ganyan na po yung lalabas niya. Once na naklik nyo na siya, ibibigay na po ni Global Brands Database yung full bibliographic data ng trademark. So makita nyo na po dyan yung serial, registration number, what kind of mark, the NIS classification, the registration date, the expiration date, also the applicant or the registrant, and then the representative. And then the complete list of goods and services together with the corresponding NIS classification. Also, makita nyo rin po dyan yung Vienna classification ng figurative element dito po. So, that's it po for our global branch database. Pupunta naman po tayo ngayon sa ASEAN TM View. You can see my screen po.
Yes po.
Thank you. Now, for the ASEAN TM View, so it is a searchable online database of trademark registrations and trademark applications filed in the participating ASEAN countries. So it's free of charge and accessible by anyone who wants to conduct trademark searches. So sa coverage naman po ng database na ito, we have here 633,686 records. Now, for the frequency po ng update ng record, mas real-time po itong si ASEAN TM View. Kasi within 24 hours, lahat po ng changes na ginagawa namin sa office, magre-reflect na po yan kinabukasan sa ASEAN TM View. So ito naman po yung advantage ng ASEAN TM View kasi mas real-time nga po yung update ng data. So if you want to check the status agad ng inyong mga trademark application, so we highly recommend using this ASEAN TM View. Now for the user interface, ganito pong itsura niya. So simple lang din naman po siya. Makikita nyo po kaagad dito yung ating may simple text field po tayo dito, and then we also have the advanced search. Now for the user guide, for the simple text field search, mag-key-in lang po tayo dito nung trademark na isa-search natin, then automatic may suggestion na ibibigay dito si ASEAN TM View, no? Depende dun sa letters or combination of letters na tinatype natin. So kung makita nyo na po kagad dyan yung trademark na gusto nyo i-search, i-click nyo lang po yun. Although pwede nyo rin pong i-type ng dire-diretso, and also ASEAN TM View can accommodate wildcard entries. So pwede nyo rin pong palitan ng asterisk yan dyan. Now for the filter option, so here, if i-filter lang natin siya for our country, of course, if you want to conduct search sa Philippine trademark database. And then for the search result, ganyan po ang lumalabas sa kanya, by list siya. And then makita nyo po yung representation of the mark, the trademark itself, the title, the application number, registration number, the NIS class, the applicant, and application date. So, ito naman po ang itsura ng gallery niya, the gallery result. So ang makita nyo lang po dito is yung mismong logos or yung representation of the mark. Now for the filter options, meron po tayong different filtering options dito, no? For offices, status, trademark type, dates, NIS class, Vienna codes, and applicant name. For the status, i-click nyo lang po dyan kung ano po yung gusto nyo i-filter. Kung gusto nyo pong i-search yung for registered marks lang ba, for kung filed, kung yung mga pending. And then sa trademark type, ma-filter nyo rin po siya kung ano gusto nyo pong i-search. And then for the dates, ayan, makikita nyo po. Kung meron na po tayong naka-key-in dyan na trademark, for example, Jollibee, ibibigay niya po dyan yung mga dates, application dates and registration dates na may tatamaan na ganung mark. And then also for the NIS class, kung ano-ano po yung covered na NIS class for that type of mark na sinerch natin. And then also for the Vienna codes. Now, ano pong pinagkaiba ng GBD sa ASEAN TMView? For the ASEAN TMView, hindi po kasi tayo dito nakakapag-conduct ng logo search na parang image recognition siya. So here, we can search lang the logos via the Vienna classification codes. So yun po, may mga ano rin po siya, no? May mga advantages din po yung bawat trademark database natin. You can also filter for the applicant name. Now, pag nakapag-choose na po tayo ng ating mga filtering options, mapapansin nyo po dito, nandito na po yung summary. Nandito na po yung summary ng ating lahat ng filtering options. And then, i-click lang po natin yung filter. And then, the system will give you the search results according dun sa filter options na nilagay natin. So, ganyan po siya. Ito po yung interface naman for our advanced search. May different fields po tayo dito. We have the trademark office, the trademark name, ikikiin lang po natin dyan. And then we have search options for that. We have the fuzzy and the phrase. Pwede rin po via application and registration number, the mark type, the status, and applicant name. Now sa NIST class, ganun din po, ilalagay lang po natin yung NIST classification codes and for the Vienna code kung meron po tayong figurative elements. And so on po, nandyan po siya. For the application and registration date, makakapag-filter po tayo dito ng range kung from and to. Now, if we want to do a fuzzy search for, in our case, nag-search tayo for the mark Jollibee, pag kinlik po natin yan, may lalabas na percentage. So ano po yung ibig sabihin ng percentage na yan? Pag fuzzy search po kasi, ang isa-search ng system is yung may mga kahaling tulad na spelling or sounding mark. So ma-adjust din po natin yan kung anong percentage yung pwede nating search. So from 10% up to 90% po yan. Now, for the search result, yan, ganito po itsura niya, nakalist po siya. And then for the application and registration number naman po, ito po yung dapat nating sundan na format. Dapat po meron siyang dash 4-2019-509212. This is the same format na ipinakita sa inyo earlier ni Ma'am Kat regarding dun sa ETM and EDOC. Because ASEAN TMView is the embedded system doon sa ating ETM and EDOC. Kaya same siya ng format pag magsa-search tayo ng application or registration number. So wag natin kakalimutan na separated by dash yung ating series and year. You can also use the slash. So dalawa po yan. It's either the dash or the slash. So tatanggalin na rin po natin dito yung mga zeros after the year. Pag niin na po natin, ayan, specific po yung ibibigay na search result dito ni ASEAN TMView. So, i-click na lang po natin yan if that is the correct trademark application or registration. Now, we have here yung different descriptions po, no, pagdating sa ating advanced search. So, we will give you a copy of this presentation naman. So, para maging guide nyo rin po. So, dito nakalagay po dyan yung each description. Pagka pinili nyo po yung mga filtering options na yan, kung ano po yung ilalabas na specific na search result ni ASEAN TMView. So, ganyan po siya. And then, yun po. That's it for the Global Brands Database and the ASEAN TMView. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Denver, for that very clear and concise presentation for the Global Brands Database and the CNTMView. Now we come to the next part of our tutorial for online tools, which is the Madrid Monitor. I would like to call on Ms. Valerie Laura Marquina for her presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Elaine. I'll share my screen. Okay. Okay, good morning everyone. Tulad ng title ng aking presentation, Madrid Monitor, of course, it involves Madrid files. For my outline, I will be discussing on the introduction, a brief introduction of the Madrid Monitor, the search functions, other features, and I'm going to demonstrate how to search for a file in the Madrid Monitor. Okay. Yeah. The Madrid Monitor is the database of all international registrations, or IRs as we call it in the Madrid unit or in the Bureau of Trademarks, received by the World Intellectual Property Organization or WIPO. The origin of this system was in 1991. We call it ROMA-RAN, or it is the read-only memory of Madrid Active Registry information. Bali, ito yung tinatawag namin ROMA-RAN dati, na na-transform siya into Madrid Monitor ng 2018. Gaano kadalas ang updates ng Madrid Monitor? It is updated daily as long as the day's transaction is available on IB's FTP site. Ito yung file transfer protocol site ng IB. As long as ma-receive nila yon, ma-update yon sa Madrid Monitor. It is free of charge, open to the public, and no registration is needed. So yung mga attendees dito, kung may Madrid filing kayo, o kaya may gusto kayong hanapin kung naka-file na siya sa via Madrid, halimbawa mag-export, mag-export business yung company, or they are planning to open a market abroad, tapos gusto niyo i-check kung meron na naka-file sa Madrid, pwede niyo i-check itong Madrid Monitor kasi no registration is needed para ma-check siya. So open to all. Now, where do we find this Madrid Monitor? Siyempre, nandun siya sa WIPO na website. Ayan, nakikita niyo sa screen. And under this buttons, yun, Madrid Monitor. We have 4 search functions actually of the Madrid Monitor. The first one is the simple search. Ayan, nakikita niyo. Usually, ito yung laging ginagamit natin, yung madalas natin gamitin. When you key in a number of Madrid file, doon sa mga familiar po dito, ang Madrid filing is, ang series niya is composed of 7-digit number. Its sample is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unlike sa national, yung diniscuss a while ago, ang national, we have the 4-2023-50123. Yun, 50123 pala. 6 digits pala yung last serial number niya. So yun ang difference. Sa national, may 4-2023- blah 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 yung serial number. Pero dito po sa Madrid, it's the 7-digit number. Tapos makikita nyo sa database, sa databases natin, PH/M o kaya PH/M/100 tapos yung number o kaya PH/M/00 yung mga old plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ganun po yung format ng numbering. Ngayon, dito naman sa sa Madrid Monitor, if we do our search, kapag key-in pa lang natin ng isang number, like this one, halimbawa 1 ang start, the system will automatically display ng binabasa niya, may AI function siya na binabasa niya na, oops, parang ang sinesearch nitong nagsa-search is yung NIS class. Kaya tingnan nyo, lalabas ka agad 1. Pag kiniin nyo yung 1, automatic may lumalabas sa NIS class. NC is yung NIS classification. Nakalagay chemicals, used in industry, etc. etc. The moment you add another number, yun, babasahin na naman niya, it's baka class 15 siya, musical instruments. So kung ayaw nyong ganyan, pwede rin naman na tanggalin nyo yun, delete nyo, and then dito sa drop down, merong mga categories like text, number, date, class, and country. Yan. So kung mag-search kayo, ayaw nyo na, nalilito kayo bakit lumalabas yung mga ganon, i-delete nyo na lang yung number and then click on the drop down icon. So yan, halimbawa 156484889 ang ating sinesearch. So yan, kapag sinearch natin, yan ang lalabas. And then mapapansin nyo, we have the image search button here. And then, kapag kinlik nyo yung image search, the same with global brand database ang itsura niya. Ito yung itsura niya dati, ganyan din. Why? Kasi ang global brand database, as discussed by Sir Denver kanina, Y po ang nag-develop. So, the same ang features or yung physical display ng image search ng Madrid Monitor at saka ng global brand database. Okay? And then we also have the download na button. Pwede nyo siya i-download in these formats. Either PDF, yan, yung mga formats na yan. So pwede nyo siya i-download. Tapos we have also the option button. Kasi if you notice, ang naka-display dito sa screen is the trademark, the image, the status, the origin, the name of the holder, the registration number, up to the Vienna classification. But for the options button, pwede yung tanggalin. Halimbawa, hindi naman importante sa inyo yung Vienna class. So, tanggalin yung Vienna, i-add nyo halimbawa yung what category is important here. Siguro, pwede yung basic application number, kaya basic registration number. Basta you can use this button to add or remove yung columns natin dito sa display. And then on the left side of the screen, meron pa rin tayong filters. Nakikita nyo status, origin, down to the email address status, sa baba expiration, etc. Now, the second search function ng Madrid Monitor is the advanced search. So dito, meron ditong kakaibang button na wala dun sa simple search kanina. So ito ayan. Ewan ko lang kung visible sa inyong screen, but they have the phonetic search dito sa advanced search. So, ganoon din, phonetic search, kung paano nagpa-function din, similar sa GBD yan. Kasi same ang nag-develop ng system. Okay? Ngayon, ito yung additional features. I mentioned sa outline, may additional features ang ating Madrid Monitor. Actually, you can use this system for data gathering. Gusto niyo malaman kung halimbawa ilan na ang nare-receive ng office na IPO field, na designations, ibig sabihin, from the other countries, dinesignate nila sa Philippines, gusto nila mag-business dito, so ginamit nila yon, ginamit nila ang Madrid system to register their marks in the Philippines. So kapag yan ang gusto nating gamitin, dito sa designated contracting party, you have to key in the two-letter country code. For example, Philippines. Yan. So kapag kiniin natin ang Philippines dyan, gusto natin malaman kung ilan yung pumasok sa atin na designations. Ito equivalent po ito sa magpa-file sila directly sa atin. Kasi ang Madrid system, sige, on the side, i-discuss ko yung Madrid, it's a method or way of filing the trademarks of the holders. Halimbawa, instead na pumunta sila diretso dito sa Philippines, they just have to use their registration or application, for example, in the US, and then ititik nila ang Philippines as designated country. So, hindi nila kailangang pumunta dito, gagamitin nila yung Madrid system. So, ito yung tinatawag natin na designations na nare-receive natin. So, parang ano lang na yan yung pumunta sila dito, nag-file sila doon sa ground floor sa IPO field ng filing, pero ang owner or ang applicant naka-reside sa US. So yun yung yun lang yung brief explanation para sa Madrid. Para doon sa mga hindi pa magano familiar sa Madrid dito sa ating tutorial. So for example, yan, PH nga nilagay natin. So makikita natin, pag kinlik natin search, may 63,852 designations ang pumasok sa Philippines since we joined in 2012. So lahat yan, pwedeng marireceive pa lang ng ating office or ng Philippines, pero lahat yan papasok sa atin. Okay? And then on the left side of the screen, you will also see yung filters katulad kanina na there is an of origin. Ayan. Kung gusto natin malaman kung ilan dun sa 63,000, ano-ano mga countries ang nag-designate sa Philippines. At gusto natin malaman yun ngayon, eto po, dito sa left side of the screen, you have the origin. Kaya lang, it's a 2-letter country code. So, for example, ganyan. And then let's yan. So ganyan ang itsura niya. So CN meaning China. Ang China may 12,954 designations time na receive. Second to China is US. So dinesignate na US ang Philippines ng 10,942. Ang European Union 6,289. So yan pwede nating isort using this button. Count descending, ganyan. Kasi naka-descending siya. Kung gusto naman natin from the lowest na country of origin na nag-designate sa Philippines, di baliktad naman, ascending naman gawin natin. Yung value is for kung country code ang gagamitin natin na makita natin agad kung anong country, halimbawa may hinahanap tayong country, hindi na natin siya isa-isahin dito according to the count ng descending or ascending. So yun po ang use nung kanina. Ngayon naman, kung gusto natin malaman, dito sa 63,852, kung sino yung top holder, meaning yung owner na nag-designate sa Philippines, pinakamarami. So pwede rin natin gamitin to, holder. Ayan. So lumabas siya na Apple ang pinakamaraming dinesignate sa Philippines. Sunod is Huawei, Eurogames, Samsung, etc. So ganyan din, meron din dito sa sort, you can sort it through count, yung kanina pinakita ko rin na ascending or descending. And then, continuation na ating advanced search. Kung origin naman, kanina, dinesignate tayo, Philippines. Ngayon naman, Office of Origin ng Philippines. Ibig sabihin, ginamit nila yung filing or yung registration na sa Philippines para makapag-file abroad. Baliktad naman dun sa kanina. So gusto natin malaman ilan ba ang nag-file yung hindi pumunta, halimbawa sa US, gusto nila mag-register. Hindi sila pumunta sa US. Instead pumunta sa US, ginamit nila yung filing or registration nila dito sa IPO field para makapag-register sa US. So tingnan natin how many ang ating Office of Origin na filing. So makikita natin dito, ayun, 498 compared sa ating designations. Yun, di ba? Ang layo ng difference. Siyempre, may mga factors yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin, but ganyan ang difference ng designations against the international registrations or applications that we receive. So dito sa 498, makikita nyo nandyan. So kung halimbawa nag-file kayo ng international application via Madrid. So tapos sa transmit namin, makikita na dito sa Madrid Monitor. But kung halimbawa nag-file kayo at hindi pa namin natatransmit, hindi ito makikita sa ating Madrid Monitor. Okay? So let's go to the real-time search. Dito naman sa real-time search, it is the most up-to-date status of trademark documents and transactions. Pwedeng hindi pa napapublish yung information, makikita na dito. Ang importante dito is the exact, halimbawa, basic application, kung paano format, ganun din dapat nyo isa-search. Yung mark name, minsan nagkakatalo din sa mark name because kung ano yung title of the mark, yun din ang kailangang input dito. So you can search it properly. Okay? Ayan, 1568489. Ginamit natin yung kanina. So ito ang lalabas sa screen. May wiper reference number Ito yung type of, yung anong document ba yon? And yung office, ayan, office na involved, and the inscription date, notification, and gazette. Yan ang makikita natin sa real-time search. So marami pong functions ang ating Madrid Monitor. Pwede nyo paglaruan kahit ano dito sa mga buttons na to. And then we have the image search. Last na, search function. Ito rin po yung image kanina, nakita natin sa simple search, meron din. Pero dito, ganun din, meron dito kaso, pero ito may Vienna na coding dito. Hindi katulad doon sa simple search, walang Vienna na coding na button doon. Except dito, kasi ito purely for image search. The same display ng screen na makikita natin sa global brand na pwede natin i-drag o i-browse doon sa files na nasa ating computers. So in-explain na po kanina, I think yung pati yung mga concept yan kung paano mag-image search. Yan, browse. Okay, or kaya drag an image. Now, ayan, medyo napabilis ang aking discussion. Let's try the live demo. Ano yung sabi natin kanina? 156, let's use the same IR number, 156-8489. Yan. Makikita niyo po ba yung screen? Okay po ba?
Yes po.
Yes.
Okay. So let's click this one.
Yes.
Okay. Makikita nyo sa screen, magugulat yung iba na sanay gumamit ng Madrid Monitor kasi parang naiba siya. Talaga nagbago po ang display ngayon ng Madrid Monitor. If you can see, trademark holder, horizontal, registration, expiration date. Pero dito at least makita nyo agad kasi dun sa old na form, we can go back to the old form, old version, naka-display dito. At saka ang difference po between the old and the new, ang new Madrid Monitor po, yung latest transaction usually nandun sa taas dito. Unlike do sa old format ng Madrid Monitor, nasa baba, pababa. Yung latest transaction is nasa baba. We can switch the old version of the Madrid Monitor. 156-8489. Okay. Yan. So yan, current status. You have the expected expiration date, the date of the registration, ganyan. Kanina, naka-horizontal yung kanyang format, naka-table. Dito, nandito siya sa pababa naman siya. So ngayon, kung gusto natin makita yung transactions for the Philippines at inaantay natin kung may provisional refusal na. So let's click on PH. Kapag click nyo all, lahat yan lalabas. Lahat ng countries na designated lalabas. Pero kung gusto nyo yung transaction for the Philippines lang, let's click on Philippines. So ganito. Na-notify tayo ng December 31, 2020. Dito sa date na to, mag-start yung time limit in which to issue a refusal. For the benefit of everybody, yung Philippines po, declare tayo ng 18-month na issuance ng provisional refusal. So kung 18 months siya, magka-count yung 18 months dito. Yan. Kasi kapag lumagpas ng 18 months at wala kaming na-issue na refusal or anything, considered tacitly accepted na yung registration sa Philippines. So, importante po sa atin na ma-aware kung kailan mag-start yung refusal. So far, halos wala naman, except kung may technical problem po kami, doon kami lumalagpas. Pero so far, nai-issuehan naman agad ng provisional refusals ang ating mga Madrid files. Okay? So yan ang date of notification, December 31, 2020. Huwag pong malilito dito sa date of registration, October 27, 2020. Hindi yan yung registration date for the different countries designated. Ito po is the date na na-include ang etong IR na to o yung mark doon sa database ng Madrid or records ng Madrid registry ng files, di ba? So hindi dapat na sabihin registered na kami October 27, 2020. Hindi po. Diyan lang ang na-include. And dito magbe-base ang renewal ng Madrid. Tingnan nyo, October 27, 2020, October 27, 2030. So ang Madrid po, laging 10 years. Ayan, nagtatouch na rin ako sa Madrid. Laging 10 years from the international registration date. So ganyan siya. Ngayon, gusto natin makita nga, sabi natin, ayan, ang Philippines, hindi nag-issue ng provisional refusal, nag-issue kaagad ng Statement of Grant of Protection. So, i-click nyo lang ito para makita nyo yung itsura ng Statement of Grant. Ito rin, dito rin, kaya sabi namin dito sa Madrid Monitor, pwede nyo siyang bantayan kung meron nang na-issue na document sa regarding this file. Another thing, ang makikita nyo lang dito sa Madrid Monitor are the office actions na required i-notify ang IB or WIPO. So halimbawa, nag-send kami ng provisional refusals, sabihin, it's equivalent to the registrability report. Yun din ang laman nun eh. Nag-issue kami nun. Yun is required to be notified sa IB. So kung merong provisional refusal ito, kung may first action siya, makikita rin natin dito sa Madrid Monitor. Kung halimbawa, nagkaroon na exchanges between the examiner and the applicant or the agent. Yung mga subsequent actions niya, lalo na yung subsequent action talaga, hindi niyo siya makikita dito sa Madrid Monitor. Kasi hindi siya required to be notified sa IB. Ganun po yun ha. Kaya huwag niyo hahanapin yung subsequent action ng file niyo dito sa Madrid Monitor. Ngayon naman sa Notice of Abandonment. Ang Notice of Abandonment, kaya sinabandon kasi hindi nasagot ng holder, hindi siya nakapag-appoint na agent. Ang tanong, bakit hindi po nakaka-receive ang agents ng Notice of Abandonment? Wala pa po, hindi pa po nag-a-appoint ng agent dito sa Philippines, yung holder. So sana may papadala. So hindi na kami nagpapadala ng Notice of Abandonment. Ngayon naman kung may wala nga agent, dumating sa point na ma-final abandon siya. Etong final abandonment, which is equivalent to yung sa Notice of Final Abandonment ng national, sa Madrid naman, we call it a Madrid Confirmation of Total Provisional Refusal. Etong notice na to, ito po, kailangan rin i-notify sa IB. So pag may ganyan, usually makikita rin natin dito sa Madrid Monitor. So ganun po so yung mga office actions na nasa gitna, yung halimbawa yung subsequent action, hindi natin makikita dito. Final refusal or final rejection, hindi rin natin makikita dito sa Madrid Monitor. So ang is refusal at katulad nitong Statement of Grant of Protection. So dito sa Statement of Grant, makikita nyo made under Rule 18-1, na-publish siya sa Gazette ng ng WIPO, not IPO PhilHa, Gazette ng WIPO, noong April 29, 2021. Ayun naman nakalagay naman eh. Yan, date of receipt by the International Bureau. So date na na-receive ng International Bureau. If you click on this one, yan. Kaya lang sorry, nagkamali doon. May napahiwala yung N, ganyan. So yan ang makikita natin sa Madrid Monitor. This is the same statement of grant na we send to the local agents kapag may SPA na. So ngayon, nakikita nyo, nakaka-receive kayo ng ganito. Soon, I don't know kung kailan soon yun, hindi na rin kayo makaka-receive nito na hard copy. Again, hindi na kayo makaka-receive nito hard copy kasi sa e-cord nyo na rin siya marireceive. Magugulat na lang kayo, wala na kayo marireceive din na hard copies. Ngayon, meron pa. Pero later, baka sigurado before the year ends, hindi nyo na marireceive ang hard copy ng Statement of Grant. Through e-cord nyo na rin siya marireceive. Okay? Saan ba to? Ay, paano? Ayun. Wait lang po hindi ko ma-close. Yan. Okay, balik tayo sa Madrid monitor. So yan ang use na ating Madrid monitor. Huwag niyo akong tanungin po dito sa mga row numbers at hindi rin po ako familiar. Pero ito rin po, dito sa Madrid, makikita niyo rin siya. Minsan kasi may limitation wala ako lang sample dito for a limitation. Naka-indicate naman po na may limited. Halimbawa, nakalagay limitation sa US. Tingnan natin kung meron ako dito 154. Let's see kung meron ako dito sa by the way, this one, meron din pong summary button. Yan, makikita nyo, may statement of grant. Pero hindi nyo makiklik yung documents dito. And then by office, Philippines, ayan, same din po, statement of grant of protection. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, directly allowed yung file. And then documents, same. Real-time status, ito yung katulad halos nung kanina pinakita ko sa real-time search. Makikita nyo dyan. May grant of protection, may refusal, final decision. Okay. And then dun sa beside the search button, may WIPO Gazette. Yan, pwede rin kayong mag-ano dito. Yan. Ito rin yung mga transactions involving this IR. Tapos dito, pwede rin kayong yan, per year. Tapos, kaya lang alam niyo dapat kung anong week number or gazette number or gazette number. And then, syempre, may mga FAQ. So, yung mga hindi ko na na-explain, you can check the FAQs here. So, very, very useful po tong tool ng Madrid, ng WIPO na Madrid monitor. Question, yung final ko bang national, makikita ko dito sa Madrid monitor? Depende po. Kung yung national filing nyo or national registration nyo, ginamit nyo sa Madrid, ginamit nyo via Madrid at na-transmit na namin, makikita nyo dito sa Madrid monitor. Pero kung yung national filing nyo na dito nyo lang talaga sa Philippines intention na iparegister at hindi nyo pa pinafile ng Madrid, hindi nyo makikita dito sa Madrid monitor. Saan kayo mag-refer? You refer to the Global Brand Database or the ASEAN TFView. Nandun po yung filing nyo. Kasi ang nandito lang sa Madrid monitor, this is a specially designed for yung mga Madrid files. So kung hindi nag-Madrid, hindi nyo makikita dito. So huwag nyo pilitin hanapin sa Madrid monitor. Okay po. Sa database natin, yung 2 databases natin, nahahanapan natin. Sa support, ayan, meron ng mga helpful tips regarding the Madrid monitor. Yan. So far, that's it. Dun sa may mga paano hahanapin yung ganito, priority claim. Dito kasi, makikita nyo usually dito, may priority claim dito sa baba nito. And the priority claim, makikita siya kung na-file siya within 6 months dun sa subsequently designated the Philippines. Dapat within 6 months din siya. Kasi kung hindi siya within 6 months, hindi na rin siya i-consider na may priority claim. Kahit na dumating pa po sa amin yan. At saka sa system namin, automatic naman pumapasok kung may priority claim yung isang file or wala. So ganun po nag-work dito rin sa priority claim. Hindi ko lang mapakita. Yung limitation, usually makikita nyo naman dyan, naka-indicate din parang ganito. May mga codes and then merong nakalagay na limited to class. Like that. Limited to class. Ibig sabihin nun, hindi niya, ang Philippines, halimbawa merong 1, 2, 3, 4 ang classes na cover. Dito kasi isang isang class lang, class 22 lang. Halimbawa 1, 2, 3, 4 classes ang covered. Pero sa Philippines, limited lang sa class 1. So ang papasok lang sa system natin is class 1. So, yung 2, 3, 4, possible siya for subsequent designation. Pwedeng designate ulit ang Philippines for class 2. Later, sa class 3 naman. Tapos, and then class 4. So, sa database, sa global brand, marami kayong makikita na same number. Halimbawa, ito. Makikita nyo yan, 156489. Marami kayong makikita ganyan sa Global Brand Database. Pwedeng PHM/100, 1568489, PHM/200, 1568489, hanggang umabot siya sa 4 or 5. Depende sa ilang beses ni-designate ang Philippines. So, ganun po. Ngayon naman, kung magtatanong naman sa global brand na bakit may mga iba na yung isa may filed, yung isa iba naman ang depende po yung baka lang hindi na-update ang ating database. Yun po. So, I think this ends my presentation on the Madrid Monitor. Okay. Let's refer back to our host, Miss Ma'am Elaine. This ends my
Thank you so
presentation.
much, Miss Val, for showing us how to navigate the Madrid Monitor. Let's just have a 3-minute break first before we go to our last presentation with Miss Malu Varon. So we'll be back after 3 minutes. Bio break muna po tayo. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. So I hope we're ready now for our last presentation for this program. For this presentation, we will have Madrid Goods and Services Manager, and then the TM class. This will be discussed by Ms. Marilu Varot.
All right. Can you see my screen po? Good morning.
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right. Good morning. My name is Marilu Varon. Today I will discuss Madrid Goods and Services, or the MGS TM class, and this is an added topic, Goods and Services Similarity Search for EU IPO. This tool is helpful or informational. Magbibigay po sa inyo ng information whether, kasi minsan nakaka-receive kami ng question like, bakit kami nasa site against this particular mark? Iba naman po yung classification nila. So you can use this third tool to check yung similarity or level of similarity ng mga goods and services ninyo as against dun sa cited mark. So let's start with the MGS. Here's the link of the MGS. This is a free tool. You don't have to create an account to access the database. So it's free, available 24/7. So MGS is used to check the accepted terms and their proper classification. You can also use this to check if this particular term is accepted by a particular designated country. So you can also translate a term into 24 languages. So here's the UI of Madrid Goods and Services. So now there are 3 ways to check for a term. So you can browse by niche class here, or search a term by clicking this search tab, or import your prepared list. So let's check first yung browse by niche class. So here, for example, I chose class 3. So this one, yung N12, yung nakikita nyo pong icon. Let's go back pala. Okay. This red letters, yung NC12 2023. This is the N12 is the 12th edition of NICE class and 2023 version. So next year, so every 5 years po kasi nag-i-issue si WIPO ng bagong edition ng NICE classification, and every year po yung version. So next year will be an exciting year for the classification because you will be seeing a lot of NFT MCs sa lahat halos ng classification number. Pharmaceutical lang yata ang walang NFT. So next year we'll see kung ano yung magiging effect niya sa ating mga goods and services. All right. So for class 3, as you can see, dito meron tayo nakitang N12. So meaning those entries with N12 icon, these are terms included in the alphabetical list. So meron siyang code. So you can limit your search to include just the niche class, those terms included in the alpha list. Or these terms naman na walang N12 icon, these are pre-validated terms accepted by WIPO. Now, if you want to search for a particular term, hindi nyo alam yung ayan, ito. So, nag-advance pa ako ng discussion. So, yan, yung with number code, yun yung kanyang basic number. As you can see here, si Amber, meron siyang number code. So, this is his ID, code's ID number dun sa alpha list ng NICE class. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here, if you want to include the term, just click on the term. So lilipat siya dito sa right side. So ang ito na yung magiging list mo. Kung if you want to save your work, for example, may kailangan ka pang i-process na ibang file, so just click on export lists, and then the system will prompt you kung paano siya kung ano yung next step mong gagawin. So just click export, and then yung gamit naman itong import list is if you want to continue yung save work mo, so just follow the prompt, or if you have an existing list na, the system will also accept your prepared list for as long as you use the correct punctuation, like yung sa use ng semicolons, mga ganun po. So bear in mind na dapat po for each term i-separate natin siya ng semicolon, otherwise hindi magiging maganda yung search result natin for the classification. So si MGS para siyang traffic light. So may tatlong color siya, green and orange and red. So parang traffic light, green means go, orange or yellow means slow down, red terms is you have to stop. So green terms, ito po yung mga pre-validated or accepted terms under by WIPO, so it's good to go. So orange terms naman po, this term po is possible not found in the specified class number. For example, dito si laptop bag. Hindi siya nakalagay doon. So probably you can probably check, or you can it's probably found in another class or sa mga multiple class. For red terms naman po, ito is most misclassified talaga siya. So how do we deal with this orange and red terms? For the orange term, so i-click nyo lang po yung term na orange, so sa laptop bags, and then search related terms. So i-display niya yung lahat ng terms na may laptop and bags. So dito sa left side, may hierarchy na siya. So yung pinaka-closest term dun sa hinahanap mo, yun yung i-display niya. For example, here, laptop bags. So nasa class 9 pala siya, bags adapted for laptops. Next, for the red terms, these are misclassified terms. So sasabihin sa inyo ng system kung saan siya dapat. So for this one, mobile phone cases, sabi niya, move term to class 9. Pero kung halimbawa gusto niya talaga ipilit na gusto mo sa class 18 siya, pwede mo rin namang i-search, click on the search related terms, and then so i-display niya yung closest or yung pwede mong ipalit na nasa class 18. Pero definitely si mobile phone cases ay nasa class 9 po. Now, if you want to check po yung acceptability ng term dun sa designate mong country, just click on the click acceptance by the DCP tab. Kaya lalabas po itong small window. Check or click, it nyo lang po yung country. Magbibigay din siya ng information regarding dun sa country na yon. For example, si Canada, mahigpit siya sa paggamit ng mga punctuation. Pag yung list niyo po ay may included ang term na may nasa bracket, square brackets, 100% or sure na po na makaka-receive po kayo ng provisional refusal regarding the identification of your goods kasi hindi po nila tinatanggap yon. Same with the US. So si US is known for mahigpit po talaga sila sa pagre-require ng specification of goods. So ayan, so yung system po is capable nagbibigay na siya ng advanced information tungkol dun sa inyong goods and services, kung ano yung magiging yung magiging action ni DCP. Now, sa display preference naman po, you can customize yung kung anong gusto mong result, itsura ng result na ilalabas ng system. For the icon, ito lang po yung nakita natin kanina na N12. Yun yung niece and edition version. For the class heading, yun po yung title ng description of the class. Basic number, this yung kanina yung nakita natin yung code ng term na parang pinaka-ID niya na nandun sa alpha list ng NIST classification. So why po comments, ito po yung if not accepted nakalagay. Sa DCP legends naman, these are yung X and check symbols. DCP legend pala is yung DCP legend naman is the country code. Ang use po nitong DCP symbol, X and kasi nakita na natin may red naman pala or green. Ito po ay malaki ang tulong niya para dun sa mga colorblind users. Now, we all know na may mga countries na may mga sariling codes sa classification nila, may ginagamit silang internal classification codes. Like pwede nyo po siyang isama sa search nyo, like si JPO and Kipo, shinare niya yung shinare niya yung kanyang code. Si US meron din pero hindi pa nakashare dito sa system natin kay MGS. So yun, pwede nyo pong kumbaga i-enhance yung search result na makikita sa acceptability. Yeah, for example here, makikita natin si Amber Perfume, hindi siya accepted sa Canada, pati kay US, pero kay EU IPO, accepted siya. So yun, yung si Amla Oil, accepted siya for the 3 countries, tapos dinidisplay po din po dito kung ano yung equivalent niya sa KIPO and JPO coding. Now, let's go to TM class. So TM class naman po, this is by EU IPO. So June 2021, we integrated our nag-join na po tayo as participating country sa kanilang classification or sa accepted sa mga sa kanilang classification or accepted terms. So this is the link. Now, so ano yung gamit niya? So same with MGS, this tool will help you to search for an appropriate term and yung kanilang proper classification. This will also display the harmonized database, yung gamit ng EU IPO, and then yung kanilang classification, pati yung mga participating countries or offices. It contains more than 78,000 terms. You can also claim, you can also check the acceptability of a particular term per country or per group. Again, this is a free tool. You don't have to create an account to access this. This is available 24/7. So as you can see, ito po yung mga participating countries. Andito si Philippines, I profile. Now, for example, gusto mo mag-check, hindi mo alam kung ano yung classification ni Yoga Maths. So just key in Yoga Maths. And then you want to check kung kasama ba siya sa harmonized database, click on this. Y po yung MZS, and then kung sa US accepted ba siya, and sa Philippines. So here's the result. So for the Yoga Maths, accepted siya for all. Ito si Harmonize, kasama siya, accepted siya sa iProfiles, USPTO, nasa harmonized database siya, nasa NCLD siya, nasa sa NIST classification, as well as sa MZS. Ito si IDLI, this is the TM5 offices kung si Japan, EU, US, South Korea, China, and Sinipa. Now, if you want to check yung more specific result para dun sa particular term, just choose a term. For example, yan si Yoga Clips. So i-display niya. So as you can see here, may si Yoga Towel Clips pala. Kaya sa accepted, meron siyang code. Andun siya sa code ng pre-validated terms ni WIPO, pati si US. So ito yung ID niya dun sa list ni WIPO, pati si Thailand, si DIP Thailand. Now, so may sa TM class, may tinatawag po tayong class taxonomy. So, ano po ba ito? So, parang ano lang siya, intuitive search para makita mo yung kung saan pa siya nagfo-fall. So, this is not another classification of goods and services, pero it's just parang support or added info. So here, mag-work lang po siya if you choose harmonized database lang po dun sa sa search nyo. Kasi ang check lang po kasi dun sa taxonomy is yung accepted ng EU IPO offices. So if for example pharmaceutical, ibig sabihin dito nakikita yung term ng pharmaceutical 386 times under goods or 41 entries under services. So kung ikaw nag-search, pwede mo siyang i-limit, lang ako, sa goods lang ako. So just click on the goods. So i-display lang niya kung ano yung classification under 1 to 34 na makikita yung word ng pharmaceutical. So again, mag-work lang po itong si taxonomy kung si HDB lang yung nakaklik or nakalimit yung search nyo sa HDB terms. Now, si TM class po, para rin siya si MGS, may din siya, color coding. So for example, meron kayong list under class 3, and you want to check kung pasok ba siya under class 3. Ito po nasa taas ni SG, ARBS. Ito po yung languages, yan, si English, French, Italian. So yan, languages po ito, hindi po siya country code. So yan, just i-ano nyo lang siya, ipasok nyo lang dito sa text box na to, and then click verify. So as you can see, ito na, yun, accepted siya. Itong mga terms na to, yung X po, yun po, sasabihin din niya kung X means misclassify siya, kung saan siya dapat. So si hand sanitizing preparations, dapat po i-transfer po natin siya sa class 5. So pag nakakita naman po kayo ng dash, ibig sabihin wala siyang wala siyang proper class. So either siya misspelled or too broad for classification purposes. Now, you can also translate your list in other EU languages. For example, here, gusto ko siyang i-translate from English to Spanish. Ayan. Makikita nyo dito naka-X siya. Hindi siya i-X because misclassified siya. It's just that wala siyang wala siyang translation dun sa classification na yun, sa NIS class number na yun. Okay, now this tool useful po siya, yun nga, sa mga nagtatanong bakit ako nasa site against this mark, magkaiba naman kami ng goods or magkaiba naman kami ng services. So ito, makikita po natin yung level of similarity. Kumbaga, halimbawa kung nakapag-search na po kayo sa global brands database, nakita mo, pwede pala ako nito. Pero hindi ka sure, baka makareceive ako ng provisional refusal or makareceive ako ng registrability report na yun nga na similar kami as to goods or services. So yeah. So the system will you can customize your search as to the level or the degree of similarity, identical, high degree of similarity. So ayan. So yung any naman, ito i-display niya lahat ng result. So yeah, medyo mahaba yung magiging search result mo dyan. So meron siyang, yung sa degree of similarity, meron siyang reasoning category. So ano yun? Ito po, producers, yan. So ano siya, similar to our jurisprudence yung sa Mighty Corporation and then yung sa recent Colin case. So meron siyang 9 categories. Yeah, for example, here, yan yung kanina pinili ko, any. Ito yung parang pinaka-UI ni search. Similarity search. Again, free po ito. Hindi po kailangan mag-create na account. Available 24/7. Now, example, gusto ko ma-check si software. Yan, ilalabas niya yung nilimit ko lang siya sa similar. Tapos gusto ko makita si software sa kahit similarity ni software sa kahit anong niche class. So yeah, so makikita po natin dito, software ay similar sa providing access to databases. So ano po itong value nitong 2, 4, 6, 7? Yun po yung degree ng so sabi niya 2, 4, 6, 7. So pareho kayo ng end user. The goods and services are in competition, the method of use, and yung purpose. Yun yung pinagbasehan ng system, bakit gano'n similar siya, nag-result siya ito similar result. So, i-compare natin siya dun sa Colin case natin. So, as you can see, halos pareho, di ba? The business, ito, tinanggal na siya sa Colin case, hindi na siya nagmamatter sa nature, sa purpose. So, si EUIPO, meron din siyang purpose. So, halos pareho po. Yan, 2, 4, 6, 7. Ayan. Now, kung makikita nyo po dito, merong mga naka-highlight na entries yung binocular icon. So, pag clinic nyo po yan, or pag nag-hover po yung mouse nyo dito sa icon na yan, eto siya. Yan. So, yung pala, mag-focus dito sa software and games. Similar siya ng 4, 6, 7, 8 sa category, and then it's based on a case sa EUIPO. So, yan, kino-quote niya yung decision ng court sa EUIPO, bakit siya considered as similar. Now, for example naman, you want to check two terms kung similar sila. Ito, example ko po si insecticide and fertilizer. Ayan. So, low similar siya. So, yun. Pag nakita nyo siya, good to go. Medyo good to go na ako. Yun po. So, very short lang po ang ating presentation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Ms. Malu, for your presentation on Madrid Goods and Services, and then the other similarity search. I'm sorry, goods and services search tools. Now, I think we have time now, or we go on to the questions and answer portion of this program. We have collated all the questions na nilagay po sa chat box. And we will be discussing each. The other questions po which were general were already answered via chat. So for our first question, let me just read this. The question is about goods and services. So what if the products are raw agricultural products? Do we need to indicate all the products or kahit general na lang? Who may answer? Or
Okay, can I answer the question, please?
go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay. For the agricultural products po, the raw agricultural products, under the niche classification, magpa-fall na siya under specific ano na siya, specification, no, under class 31. So, mas maganda pa rin naman po kung i-specify nyo kung ano yung mga raw agricultural products na yun, i-list down nyo lang po siya isa-isa. Mas maganda po yan kasi mas specific yung protection natin over the goods. Pero under the NIS classification, the description, raw agricultural products will do na po under class 31. Lahat po ng processed na agricultural products natin, magpo-fall siya under class 29. So maganda po na ma-check din natin yung katatapos lang po na tutorial ni Miss Malu Baron regarding the Madrid Goods and Services Manager kasi doon po natin ma-check yung specific NIS classification ng ating goods and services. So that's it po. I hope I answered that question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Denver. I think that answers your question with regards to the products, Miss Marie Faye. For our second question, once we file the TM application and pay for the fees, how many days or weeks will the application appear in the trademark database?
I will answer na rin, Lynn.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, for the trademark application po, no, kasi we have dalawang database, the global brands and the ASEAN TM view. As discussed earlier, the ASEAN TM view, ito po yung medyo real-time po ang update natin, no. So if you will file po today and it will be entered in our system today, lahat po niyan ma-update po yan within 24 hours. Supposed to be dapat makita nyo na po siya sa ASEAN TM view. However, syempre wala naman po tayong perfect system, no? Sometimes nagkakaroon din po siya ng mga lags or glitches. Pero ASEAN TM view, ano po siya, no? Mas real time siya over the global brands database. So what is the reason behind this? The ASEAN TM view po kasi, the database is ang nag-host po niyan is tayo, no, the Philippines. So mas mabilis po yung pagbato ng data natin doon over the global branch database na umaabot po siya paminsan a week or two or sometimes even mas matagal pa. So ganun po siya. So if you want to check agad yung current status or kung gusto niyo na po agad makita yung i-file ninyo, we suggest na you go to the ASEAN TM view po na database. So the links for the global branch database and the ASEAN TM view is readily available po, no, sa ating official website. So ipakita ko lang po sa inyo kung paano nyo po makikita yung link for ASEAN TM view and for the global branch database. I will share my screen po. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, punta po kayo sa website namin, www.ipofil.gov.ph, and then, punta lang po kayo sa tab ng services. And then for the trademarks, i-hover nyo lang po yung inyong cursor doon, and then makikita nyo na po dyan. We have the link for the global brand database and the ASEAN TM view. So, yan pong dalawa. Pwede nyo na pong i-check dyan. So if you want din naman po, you can Google din naman po. Lagay nyo lang po is ASEAN TM view or the global brand database. So for the link, punta lang po kayo sa website namin and then ito lang po yung gawin niyo. Thank you.
Thank you, Denver. For our next question, since we put your email addresses on the when you file for the application, the question niya is, what if we have not received any correspondence or any email from IPO? What would be the case? So, first, please make sure that you put your correct email address pag nilagay nyo sa application kasi all correspondences, registrability reports will be sent there. And then, if it is correct and you haven't received any, kindly check on your spam folder kasi baka dun sa nakalagay. And then, if ever you've checked your spam folder at wala pa din, you may need to call us so that we can check if tama nga yung email address, and then we will correct it, and then we'll resend another copy of the correspondences for that application. Now, we have another question here for WIPO databases. So on the WIPO database, the participant said iba-iba yung search result. There was a time that for TM search, there were 18 hits for a particular mark or for a particular search, and then the next day, iba siya. So, is there anyone who can explain why it's not consistent or it did not show all of the marks? Who can answer this question?
Yes. For the consistency of records po, no, specifically for the advanced search, we recommend paki-check lang po yung ating mga filtering options kung the same pa rin ba siya. Minsan kasi when we do filter options, minsan nagva-vary siya. Even for a single space lang na malagay natin between words or the spelling, mag-iiba na talaga siya ng search result. So be worry tayo dun sa ating mga search criteria, check for the spelling, kung gano'n ba talaga dapat yung search criteria natin. And for the search record naman po kasi, continuously ina-update naman siya ng ano natin, no, ng office natin for both database. So I think the same rin naman yung search result na maibibigay nun. Kung nagkakaroon man po ng discrepancy, we suggest din na ulitin nyo lang din po yung pagsa-search nyo until such time na ma-hit nyo po yung gusto nyo pong makita na trademark. So, for example, by this time, 16 lang yung nakita nyo, and then the next day, 13, bumaba. I-try nyo lang po ulit na mag-search via advanced search, or you can use other filtering options din po para ma-hit natin yung ating mga search result. So, yun po. Thank you.
Thank you, Denver. For our next question, is there a way that the IPO database be updated at least 3 times a week, and it should include the publication date? Answer this question.
Let me answer the question dun sa database. Okay, so yung the global brand database, yun yung we can ask WIPO about yung sa publication date. Kasi depende po yan sa mga requirements ng WIPO, since they are the ones na nag-ano ng global brand database. For the ASEAN TMView, sa ano naman siya sa EU IPO. So we'll take note of the request, and we'll refer this to our counterparts sa MIS so they can refer it to WIPO. Okay? So noted po yung ating question or request regarding sa publication date. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Val. I think the next question is also answered by was already answered. The question was if there are plans to further improve the layout of the WIPO Global Brand Database. Recently lang po kasi updated tong WIPO Global Brand Database at naiba po talaga yung interface niya. So we will take note of your suggestion po, and we will relay that to our counterparts with WIPO. So moving on with our next question. Is there a way that we can attach these small entity proof docs for international clients sa ETM file? Who can answer this question?
Yung question is to attach the documents ng entity.
Small entity.
Small entity sa ATM file. Sa ATM file, you have there the di ba, may power of attorney, you can submit it through the ETM file. So I think kasi walang particular na walang particular na button for the small entity na submission. But I think you can submit it together dun sa, di ba, i-scan naman yung SPA, tapos siguro kung may SPA, yung sa i-attach na rin kasama nun sa filing. So yun yung suggestion ko for now para sa small entity or kung anong yung isa-submit na document other than those na nasa ATM file. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to the next question. Is there an expiry date for the statement of account?
Yes, Elaine, I asked our MIS colleagues regarding the SOA, and it's the 7-day, there's a 7-day validity period dun sa statement of account. So, yun dapat gamitin nila. Kundi, I'm not sure if working pa yung dating nag-request for another link ng payment, or I'm not sure doon, pero 7 days, as to the question, 7 days daw yung validity period ng SOA.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Is there a way para ma-adjust ang e-doc filings from 5 marks to 10 marks per batch? Allowed lang pa daw kasi currently is 5 marks per batch. The problem is kapag maraming filings, since they are using BPI online for payment, allowed lang kami ng 10 transactions per day sa BPI. Kung masyadong marami ang filings, they will exceed the daily transactions sa BPI online. Clear po ba yung question ko? Is there a way to change from 5 e-docs yung limit to 10 para ma-cater yung limit din nila sa BPI for online transaction? For now po ata hindi, no? Pero we'll check with MIS. Who may answer this question?
Sige,
Yes,
I'll
Madam
answer
Chair.
this one na po.
Okay.
Okay. Our MIS people are here. So, please guys take note on this one. We were told po kasi na they are going to launch a new one probably by next year na po. So, yeah. Please, MIS people, please take note of this issue. Thank you.
We will practice the question and that will be addressed by our MIS. So moving on, the question is it possible to have 2 agents on record? For example, one law firm handles all matters relating to the prosecution and renewals of the mark, while another law firm handles the declaration of actual use. Both agents are maintained. If the agent handling the use files power of attorney and pay recordal fees, what happens if the previous agent is removed? So first question is it possible to have 2 agents on record? Who may answer this?
Sige, I'll try to answer yung question sa agent. Medyo maano yung agent
Yes.
eh.
I haven't encountered agents from A1 application eh.
Yes. Actually, ang system po namin, we have a main, isa lang talaga ang agent dun sa on record, yung main agent na on record. Now, if there is a user document coming from the agent na halimbawa sa DAU, meron kaming ginagawa in our system na hindi maapektuhan yung main agent on record. So if they are going to send a notice dun sa agent, dun sa the one who submitted the DAU, and that is different from the one on record, pwede na ipadala yung DAU dun lang talaga sa agent. na nag-submit ng DAU. And the same with the renewal. Pero kasi, ang renewal, I think, ang DAU kasi pwede talaga dun mismo sa document mag-change na agent. Ay, kaso sa renewal, I think, usually kasi the same yung yun na napapalitan talaga yung agent on record. So, ganun, dapat talaga, kung pwede, isa lang. Kaya lang, ever since naman talaga, dalawa rin minsan yung separate yung nag-handle ng recordos, lalo na yung recordos din, minsan separate din. So, yun, we do something in our system na masasend pa rin yung action dun sa nag-submit ng DAU or the recordal, different from the one from the agent on record. But we have here colleagues, si Malu can contribute, or maybe siguro si Mayan.
Related to, I think, dun sa isang question kanina na pwede bang mag-submit, ipadala sa dalawang email address. So the system is not capable of doing that. So isa lang talaga yung mapapadalhan ng notice dun sa representative, hindi pwedeng dalawa. So isang email lang yung ina-accept muna for now ng office.
Baka merong may additional comments from our BOT colleagues here who's processing siguro yung about agents. Baka may you may want to add something or later na lang kapag Okay na, Elaine, yun yung answer namin doon sa question regarding the agents.
Okay, yes, thank you. So we have another question about special power of attorney. If a secretary's certificate will suffice in lieu of an SPA. Who may answer this? Secretary's certificate daw po. Okay, I'll answer this. Normally, we will accept the secretary certificate if it will include a board resolution that you are authorized by the corporation to be the representative in the application po. Yun lang ang masasabi ko. Any comments from my colleagues?
Yes, pwede naman po i-accept yun for as long as nakalagay dun sa kanyang yung specific specific tasks na pwede niyang gawin as representative. Dapat kasama po dun yung to transact on their behalf dun sa company para dun sa mark na yun. Otherwise, kung halimbawa kung renewal lang yung nakalagay dun or mag-file na application, hanggang dun lang yung kaya niyang gawin. Hanggang dun lang siya pwedeng i-acknowledge ng office.
Thank you. So we have a question here about Madrid. For Madrid trademarks, is there a final ruling or guide on filing declaration of actual use? For Madrid marks with overlapping deadlines due to subsequent designation. So for example, Madrid IR date is May 2013, but Philippines subsequent designation date is December 2020. So we'll have the third year due on December 2023 and renewal due on May 2024. Do we have to file DAUs with a span of only 5 months? Ay, nag-guess niyo po yung tanong. So, nag-overlap yung third DAU at saka yung renewal DAU. Who may answer this question?
Okay, so let me answer the question. Yung kasi ngayon, we have we don't have a definite rule on the submission of overlapping DAUs. Sa Madrid kasi talagang mangyayari na lalo na kapag malapit na ang renewal date, Sometimes they still subsequently designate the Philippines. And we have this requirement for the DAUs. So kapag may tumatawag sa amin, we always advise na it is safe to submit all the DAU maintenance requirements. But under study po ngayon, yung pag nag-overlap, pwede na pong isa lang i-submit. Pero kung wala pa po siyang written na rule regarding that. So for now, we maintain yung date ng submissions ng DAU natin. Para lang siguradong hindi tayo ma-remove. Pero ina-assure po namin, yun nga sabi ko na it's under study na po yung rules regarding the DAU and other Madrid matters po. Yun. If you have something to add, Denver and Malu, regarding dito sa DAU question. Okay? So far yun yung sagot dun sa questions on DAU filing. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Val. This is a question for TM search on foreign characters. So is it possible to do a TM search for similar marks or other marks with the same meaning on the global TM database if the mark is foreign characters pero same meaning? So for example, Japanese and Korean both mean hello. Can we possibly search it on TM database and will it be accurate? Who may answer this question?
Yes, I will answer the question. Pag sa search po tayo regarding dyan, halimbawa for Japanese or Chinese characters, no? We suggest na we Google first the transliteration or translation. Kasi although yung dalawang database natin kasi is may limitation din siya, no? Like for example, in this case, itong mga gantong klaseng marks. So we highly suggest na we conduct muna thorough search for the meaning of those Chinese or Japanese characters. Then tingnan na rin natin kung meron siyang same meaning in the English language before we go to our database para mas accurate yung ating pag-search doon. So yun po.
Saka,
Or
foreign
maybe you can
characters
maybe you can we suggest din na you can download Google Lens or any other translating apps for those kind of marks.
Sorry, Denver. If I may add
Okay.
lang po. Kasi these characters po kasi are considered figurative na eh. So, you have to key in po talaga yung kung ano ang alam yung meaning ng word. Then, yun. Pwede, yung sa global brand database, pwede po siyang as image search.
Okay, thank you so much. So we have additional questions here since may time pa naman tayo. I'll cater some questions in the box. So we have one which is yung question niya is hold on. So they would like to ask if well, some of the questions has been answered via chat. Wait lang po, I'm skimming. So we have a question here requesting for change of email address which has been registered in the IPO database. We would just need to check first kung ano daw yung nagre-reflect sa database for correctness. And then kung kailangan palitan, what is the process? Who may answer this question? So change of email address lang to all the marks that has been registered under one applicant. And then paano mapapalitan lahat and how the process goes or how the process will be. Who may answer the question?
Yes, Elaine, I'll answer the question. Regarding the change of email address for those registered marks, you still have to file it via eDoc, tapos naka-list or naka-attach yung mga registered marks or with their file numbers para ma-update ang system for the new email address. Yun. That's it for the question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So another question, this is for fifth DAO. They need clarification on when does the filing of the fifth DAO triggers. Is it the time of actual filing in the IPO services, or is it the time of actual payment of corresponding fees? I can answer this question if you want. So the third DAO and the fifth DAO. Third DAO is you will have to count 3 years from the date of filing. So that is the time when you file for the third declaration of actual use. For the fifth DAO, it will count from the date of your registration, so that you would need to file your fifth DAO within 1 year from the date of the registration date of the mark. It is not based on the payment or payment of corresponding fees. Fifth DAO is based on your registration date. You would need to file it 1 year from within 1 year from the date of your registration date. I hope it is clear. So I'll go on to the next question. This is about classification of goods. What if the mark has 3 goods of classes already filed, then due to COVID, the mark was able to provide only 2 goods of classes for DAO? Is the mark will be receiving an action due to non-provision of 1 good, or the mark will not be able to provide this one? Let me just rephrase. I think what happened is 2 goods lang yung mafa-file niya ng DAO, and then the other one cannot be. So the question is kung anong mangyayari sa isang class na hindi na-file ng DAO. Who may answer this question?
I will answer na lang ulit. For the DAO, upon filing of DAO, then syempre you are required to present proof of use for covered classes. Kung magpa-file kayo ng DAO and then for 2 classes lang ang mapafile nyo ng proof, the examiner will issue an action requiring you to submit an additional evidence doon sa isang class na hindi nyo na-filean. Now, you can respond naman na if you're not, wala na kayong intent to use that specific class, pwede nyo pong sagutin yun. And then, pag na-receive na po namin yung response ninyo, we will drop na po yung specific class na yon, and you will be protected for 2 classes na lang or kung saan po kayo nakapag-submit ng inyong evidence of use. Yan po. Thank you.
Thank you, Denver. I'll go to the last 2 questions in the chat box. The first one is, may bayad ba ang mag-change ng email address? Who may answer this? This is just an amendment. Ang may bayad lang kasi is change of agent and address. I'm not sure with the email. Who may answer this?
Actually, ayoko. Ano yan kapag allowed na kasi yung application, we require the payment for the change change in address of the agent, including dyan yung details. So if the marks were allowed or may payment talaga, pero if the marks are still pending tapos may change in the email, usually wala. Kasi magkakasama yan, nakalamp kasi siya dun sa nakalamp kasi siya dun sa requirement ng ng agent's details. Kasama din dun yung email address. So yun, ang nangyayari, may payment din siya. For as long as nandun pa siya, hindi pa siya nababago. May payment siya for those post allowance na issuehan or post allowed marks. Pero pag pending, wala namang payment siya. So yun, nakalamp kasi siya. Hindi ko siya na madiretso masagot kanina kung may payment or wala. Yun. So,
Thank you, Ms.
yun yung
Mai.
yes.
So this is the last question. This is a clarification on the color claim for Madrid application. We had a case before wherein the client chose to publish the mark in black and white since the option provided in the provisional refusal that the mark will be published in black and white if not clarified. Upon verification, we were advised that request to change the color of the mark from color to non-color must be filed directly with WIPO, especially if the mark is shown in WIPO Madrid Monitor is still in color, but the option to file the mark in black and white is still provided in the refusals that we received. So how can we, is there any clarification on this, yung na automatic black and white pag may walang reply? Who may answer po?
Si Malu can answer the question.
Ayun, we're trying correct na nga po yung practice na gano'n na ginagawa siyang black and white kasi it defeats yung yung uniformity rule sa WIPO. So I mean sa Madrid system. So dapat kasi nakalagay dun sa isa sa mga basic requirement ng Madrid o ng IR is the basic mark and the mark in the IA, international application or international registry should be the same dun sa basic mark. So if we change yung yung look ng mark to black and white na colored naman siya sa international register. So na siya na nadidefeat na nga yung isa doon sa mga requirement ng So now we are reminding our examiners na hindi na dapat ilagay doon sa option, doon sa provisional refusal na pag hindi nag-reply, the mark will be published in black and white. So we will take note of your comment po. So to remind or issue a bulletin regarding this one. Thank you.
Na rin po ako, no? So for the current practice kasi, so we don't, so hindi na namin nilalagay yung option na gagawin siyang black and white if there's no response. Ang ginagawa namin ngayon is, naglalagay kami ng suggested na color description or name of colors doon sa provisional refusal. And then if the applicant fails to submit their response, ilalagay na lang namin yung suggested na name of colors doon sa claim of color, the description. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Denver. So I hope all of the questions were answered. Pero po yung mga hindi po na-address namin, you can send us an email. We have sent in an attendance link sa chat box. Sa attendance link po, that would include the feedback form. And once you complete it, we will be sending you a copy of the presentations that were in this program. And also, we will be sending you a certificate of participation once the feedback form is completed. So I hope you fill it out completely with the correct details para masendan pa namin ng mga copies ng mga kailangan nyo. So I guess we're on the closing part of our program. Thank you po sa lahat ng nakinig and nag-share ng feedback nila sa aming eTools tutorial. Now, to formally close the program, I would like to call on our Assistant Director, Attorney Ginaline Sakmar Badiola, for her closing remarks.
Okay, thank you, Elaine. But before my closing remarks, I just want to supplement the answer of our examiner earlier dun sa question na pwede bang board resolution instead of a special power of attorney. We all know when we talk of special power of attorney, it's usually from one individual to another. And if it's a corporation, the board resolution is allowed, provided that it is very specific, that it provides for the specific provision also of a special power of attorney, and should be specific in the way that there should be an appointed attorney, in fact, and all the inclusive provisions or statements in a special power of attorney be included likewise in the board resolution, just to make a supplement. So yun po. So I'll go now to the closing remarks. Again, to our attendees in today's webinar, my dear colleagues in the Bureau of Trademarks, ladies and gentlemen, it's still morning, so good morning po. Before we end the session, I would like to thank you for very much for joining us today. I hope it has been an informative and enlightening webinar for everyone. I would like to thank my colleagues in the Bureau of Trademarks for their unrelenting effort to continuously empower our trademark stakeholders, especially the MSMEs and those who do not have the luxury to avail themselves of assistance from a trademark agent or an IP expert to facilitate trademark registration. In fact, our lecturers in this session are some of our best trademark examiners. So we hope that you were able to take down notes and maximize this learning opportunity. We likewise hope that this yearly endeavor of the Bureau will help boost your chances of protecting your IP rights, especially your trademarks. We know that the shift to digitalization is not always going to be seamless, but it will continuously assist you in making sure that you will have a smoother transition to digitalization. Your concerns have also been taken into consideration, and rest assured that we will act on them accordingly. Lastly, we thank you for your usual generous support to our programs, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future webinars. Once again, thank you to our dear stakeholders and of course to our BOT examiners, especially Denver, Kat, Val, Malu, and Elaine. Good morning everyone. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Salamat.
Thank you so much, ADG, for wonderfully closing this program. To our dear participants, we look forward to seeing you again on our future webinars and tutorials. And I hope you will be able to participate again. Have a blessed day po sa lahat. Ingat po tayo sa labas. And thank you again po in behalf of the IPAS team. Thank you.